In today's lesson, we're going to look at how you calculate discounts. So you should have already worked your way through the lesson on calculating sales tax and tips and markups. Those are all things that add to the original amount. Discounts take away from the original amount. When you're looking at a discount, let's say you've had your eye on a pair of soccer cleats. They are $90 cleats. And you go to the store and they say we're having them on sale. You expect them to be less, right? If you went to the store and they said, hey, $90 cleats on sale for $100, you would say, that's ridiculous. That's not on sale. So you expect a discount when things are on sale. You expect the price to be lower. And that's how discounts work. So if you haven't already done so, open your book to page 159 because we're going to go ahead and go through the lesson on discounts. So we're going to start with this real world link for a water park. You're going to buy a pass at the water park, and it costs $58 at the start of the season. So when the whole summer is still ahead of you, you would pay $58 for this pass to the water park. The people at the water park know as summer keeps going on and you're using up time, people don't want to pay $58 for that pass anymore. There's not as much time to use it. So to get people to still buy it, they go ahead and they do a discount. And you can see here's the season pass. June, start of the season, $58. By July, you can buy that same pass for $52.20. We're going to figure out how much would you pay to buy that pass in August. So we need to know what the amount of the discount is, and they tell us each month $10 is taken off the price of a season pass. So to figure out how much August is, we're going to do this, and it's going to look really familiar because it looks a lot like what we did with sales tax and tips. We're going to start with the price in July. So we look back at the table or at the pass, and it says that the price in July is $52.20. Now, how much is the discount? Well, to get the discount, we're going to write 10% as a decimal. So we know the decimal for 10% is 0.10. Now, you might ask, do I actually need this zero at the end? No, you don't. If you want to write it as 0.1, that's perfectly okay. In fact, that's how most mathematicians would write it. However, if it's easier for you to see as 0.10, if you think of there's the 10%, there's the decimal in the 10%, I'm going to move it 2 places for when I write this as a decimal, then fine, leave that 0 there. Whatever you're the most comfortable with. So 52.20 times the 10%. Let's grab our calculator and let's do 52.20 times 10% as a decimal. 0.1 is $5.22. So we know that the discount is $5.22. Now that's not the amount we pay. That's the amount we save. So when you see a discount, think of it being the amount you save. I hope you're making all these notes in your book. They're going to be great for when you need to go back later and study for the test at the end of this chapter. So the discount is how much you save. So to figure out what we're going to pay in August, we go back, we put in the price for July, we subtract the amount we save, that's what the discount is, how much you save, and we end up with $52.20, take away $5.22, we end up with $46.98. That's the discounted price for August. Discounted price is what you pay. The discount is what you save. The discounted price is what you pay. If you go down, you might think, When we did sales tax and tips, there was another way to do it, a way where you multiplied by the 1 point amount. With the discount, we multiply by 100% minus how much we saved. So if you think back to sales tax, if the tax was 5%, then we multiplied by 1.05 because that was the full amount of the item plus the 5% for the tax. Here, we're going to take away the 10%. So here we would multiply by 0.9. The way that they got that 0.9 was 100%, or 1.0, minus the amount that you saved. And 1.0 minus 0.1 is 0.9. So if we multiply that 0.9 by our $52.20, I bet you already know what's going to happen. Oh, look at that. The same $46.98. So you're getting the same thing as you got when you went ahead, multiplied by the 10%, and then took away what you saved. Here we took away the 10% before we multiplied. You get the same outcome. Okay, let's take a look at the next page. Get rid of this calculator. So discount or markdown is the amount by which the regular price of an item is reduced. So this is a case where you save, which means the discounted amount will always be less than the regular amount. All right, so let's do an example here. A DVD normally costs $22. This week it's on sale for 25% off. What's the sale price? So here's the original price, $22. You're saving 25%. How much is 25% of the $22? So they go through and they say, all right, you've got 25% of the $22, which means you're saving $5.50. So they're telling you that this 25% is $5.50. If the 25% is $5.50, this is what you save. How much is the rest of it? Well, the rest of it is that $22.50 take away the $5.50, you would pay $16.50. That's the sale price. This is the you pay. Discount is what you save. Sale price is what you pay. As you might guess, there's a second method for doing it. The second method is take 100% and subtract the 25%. If we go back up here, if this is 25% that you're saving, if what you save is 25%, then you pay 75%. Let's make sure my 7 doesn't look like another 2. There you go. Then you pay 75%. And you get that 75% because that is the 100% minus the 25%. This 100 is the regular price. And this 25% is the discount. And that's what they do in method 2. All right, so here's a problem for you to do. Now, you've done a couple of these videos, so you know how this works. Go ahead and pause the video. Solve this problem A. A shirt is regularly priced at $42. It's on sale for $15 off. So here are the two important things. 42 regular, 15 off. This is your savings. Pause the video, figure out what is the price of this shirt. They don't want to know how much you're saving. They want to know right here, what's the price of the shirt? So go ahead and pause, solve that problem, and then we'll come back and do it together. Okay, so let's look at the two methods for doing this. Here's the first method. Take the $42 and multiply it by the 15%. Of course, I turned my 15% into the decimal 0.15. So let me grab my calculator and multiply the $42 shirt times 0.15. That is $6.30. This is what you save. However, the question isn't what do you save? The question is what's the price of the shirt? So to figure that out, we need to take the original $42 and we need to subtract what you saved. The $42, take away the $6.30, and you end up with $35.70. That is your answer. Your answer is $35.70. I'm going to go ahead and just write that again so it's really clear. $35.70. Now the second way to do it is their method of take off the discount first. So take 100%, subtract 15%, and you get 85%. So then we would take the $42, that's the regular price, and we would multiply it by 85% as a decimal, because that's the amount you pay. If you save 15%, you're paying 85%. So multiply it by 0.85, and surprisingly, but not really surprisingly, we again get $35.70. Okay, let's take a look at the next page. Get rid of this calculator again. So here's another example. You have a boogie board that regularly sells for $69. It's on sale at a 35% discount. What's the sale price with 7% tax? Now, unlike yesterday's where we could add the tip and the tax together, because those are both increasing the value of the item or the cost of the item, you can't do that here because one of them takes it away and one of them adds it in. And you can't solve it by just saying, well, I saved 35%, I'll subtract the 7% tax and I'll get 28%. Because you only pay the tax on the saving amount. You don't pay it on the full amount. So here are their steps. Step one, they took the 35% discount, they changed it into a decimal, and they multiplied it by the cost of the item. Regular price was $69. And they got $24.15. This is what you save. That's the discount. So you subtract that from the $69, and now you get $44.85. This is what you pay before the tax. See, that's the amount you pay before the tax. So then you have to take that $44.85 and multiply it by the 7%. That gets you the $3.14. That's the tax. Add the tax back in, and you have $47.99. That's the final amount that you pay. So again, the steps are find the discount, this is step one. Step two, subtract the discount from the regular price. Step 3, find the tax on the discounted price. Okay, so in step 2, you figured out what the discounted price was. Now find the tax on that, and then add the tax to get the final price. Okay. All right. So here's another one for you to try. You have a CD that regularly sells for $15.50. It is on sale at a 25% discount. What's the sale price with the tax? So go ahead. I'm going to actually get rid of all this stuff I just wrote. If you want to see it again, all you have to do is go back and rewind the video. But I'm going to get rid of all of that. And that's where we're going to do the work for this problem. That'll give us some space. So go ahead, pause the video, work on this problem, problem B, and then turn it back on, and we will have a chance to check your work. Okay, so let's get our facts figured out here. What's important? Well, we have 3 pieces of information in this problem. We have $15.50. That is the regular price. We have a 25% discount. This is what we save, the discount. And then there's 6.5% tax. And you're going to add to the discounted price. Add that to the discounted price. So step 1, take the $15.50, multiply it by 25% as a decimal. Let's grab that calculator out here. $15.50 times 25% as a decimal, you get 3.875. Well, we can't have half a penny, so that's going to be $3.88. You have to do some rounding. So that's step 1. That is what you save. You're going to save $3.88. So if you save $3.88, if it was regularly $15.50, you're going to take that $15.50. You're going to take away the $3.88, $15.50, take away the $3.88, and you're going to get $11.62. That's the sale price right here. This is the sale price. Now, you can't just give them $11.62 and walk out the door because you have to pay the tax. So we're going to take that sale price, that $11.62, and we're going to multiply it by the tax, 6.5%. Remember, when you have a percentage that's less than 10%, you're going to need that placeholder 0. So I just did this. I had 6.5%. And to change it to a decimal, I move this twice, and then I need a placeholder 0 right there. That's how I got 0.065. You can go back and watch the video on percents to decimals. It's in the concept video library. You can watch that if you need a little reminder on changing percents to decimals. So let's go ahead and do this multiplication. $11.62 times that tax. So there's my $11.62 already in the calculator. I'm going to multiply that by 0.065. and I get 0.7553. Again, we're doing money, so I have to round it. So this 5 right here says to round that 5 up. So my tax on this particular item, the tax is 76 cents. That's the amount of the tax. So we've had 3 things happen. We did our first multiplication. We figured out what you save. We took that away. We figured out what the sales price was. Now we multiply that sales price times the tax. That tells us what the tax is. And then the last step, take the sales price, $11.62, and add the tax. Add the 76 cents. So take my $11.62 and add the 76 cents, and I end up with $12.38. And that is my final answer. My answer to this problem is $12, pardon me, and 38 cents. Hopefully that was your answer also. Hopefully that's what you ended up with as well. $12.38. All right, let's take a look at one more example here. So we've got a phone on sale 30% off. If the sale price is $239.89, what's the original price? And they walk you through a process of using part equals percent times whole. So you can look at this example. You can follow that. You can also apply what you know. You can go back to your percent proportion. So let's go back to this work. Remember doing this? You know that's 100%. You know that we've got 70%. The part, since it's 30% off, now I got the 70% because that's how much this is. If it's 30% off, then this amount is the 70% still that you're paying. So we know that that part is $239.89. And we don't know what the whole is. So we're going to have the $239.89 times 100 is equal to 70 times n. $239.89 times 100. We add 2 zeros to it. Actually moves out the decimal point. So we've got 23,989 is equal to 70n. We divide by the 70. So divide that by 70. And we get $342.70. We get the same answer they got, which is good, because if we didn't get the same answer they got, then there would be a problem with the way we were doing it. So $342.70 is N, which was the original price. Okay, go ahead now and do part C. Find the original price. Let me scroll down just a little bit. If I can get this down just a little bit. Find the original price if the sale price had been $205.50. So you're still using this piece of information that it's 30% off. So this is sale price where it had a 30% discount. So pause the video and figure out what it would look like for the original price, if there was a 30% discount and you were able to buy it on sale for $205.50. All right, so let's take a look at that. We know that we're going to have, I'm going to solve this with a percent proportion because we've gotten really good at these. And that's one of the great things is when you learn a process in math, you can use that process for lots of different kinds of problems. So we're going to use it for this problem. So we know how much the percent is. It's 70. Again, that 70 is 100% minus the discount, minus this discount. We know that the part is $205.50. And we know it's the part because it's what you're paying after you get the 30% off. So it's only 70% of the total. And then we've got N. So 205.50 times 100 is going to be 20,550. That's equal to 70 N again. We're going to divide by 70. You should already have your answer. And when you divide 2,000 or 20,550 divided by 70, you get 293.571. That 1 says round that 7 to an 8. So we know that in this case, the regular price of the phone was $293.57. Okay, I've jumped us over to the guided practice problems. This is page 162. So on page 162, you're going to go ahead and do problems 1 and 2. You're going to calculate some discounts. So on problem 1, Mary and Roberto bought identical backpacks at different stores. Mary's was originally $65. She saved 25%. Roberto's was originally $75, on sale 30% off. So that's the discount. Which was a better buy? So you're going to solve that problem. And you're going to solve problem 2. Pair of skates is on sale for $90. If this price shows a 9% discount from the original price, what's the original price to the nearest cent? So go ahead, once again, pause, work on those 2 problems, go back into the book if you need to, go back and look at some examples, and then when you're all done, turn the video back on and we'll discuss the answers. Okay, let's take a look at problem number 1. So we have 2 things that we're solving here. We have Mary, and let's write down the facts for Mary. So Mary's backpack was $65, and it is 25% off. 25% off means there's a 25% discount. So for Mary, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the $65. We're going to multiply it by the discount as a decimal, and we're going to have 65 times 0.25. She's going to save $16.25. That's how much she's going to save. So to figure out what she's going to pay, we have to take the $65, subtract the $16.25. So 65 minus $16.25. She has a final price of $48.75. This is how much Mary pays. Now we're going to figure out what Roberto pays. So for Roberto, and I really find it useful to go ahead and take the information out of all of these words. For Roberto, we know that his backpack originally cost $75 and he got 30% off. So he had a 30% discount. So we're going to solve Roberto's the other method. We're going to take his and we're going to multiply it by 0.70, by 70%. The place we got that 70% was if the full price is 100% and you take 30% off, that means that you pay 70%. So that's where we get this 0.7. It doesn't matter which way you do it. We could have done Roberto's just like we did Mary's, but we're just looking at two different ways. The nice thing about this way is we're only going to have to multiply. We don't have to take something away afterwards. So Roberto's was originally $75. We're going to multiply it by 0.7. His final cost is $52.50. That's his cost. Which backpack was a better buy? Mary's. Mary's is the better buy, and there's our work to prove it. Mary's is the better buy. Okay, so we know now that Mary's was the better deal, and we know that we have two different ways we can solve this. That gives us more tools. Problem number 2. The skates are on sale for $90. That's the part, right? If they're on sale, that's the part. The whole was the original price, right here, original price. Question is, what's the original price? What was the whole? So let me get that calculator up out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and use a percent proportion to solve this. I'm going to take the 9% away from 100. I'm going to end up with 91. Just again, remember, that's 100, take away the 9%. Because if I save 9, I pay 91. We know that the part is 90. We don't know what the whole is. So if we multiply 90 times 100, 90 times 100, we get 9,000. That's equal to 91 times n, or 91n, which means everything needs to be divided by 91. Let's get a little more room to work here. Everything divided by 91. If we divide 91n by 91, we get n. If we divide 9,000 by 91, we get $98.90. $98.90. That's the original price. That's the original price. Which, in the land of percent proportions, that's called the whole. That's the full amount. Okay, so there you go. You've got the video. You've got problems you can look back at. In class, we're going to go ahead and do some additional problems so you can practice and you can ask questions. Thanks for listening. I know this was a long video. Thanks for taking the time to listen to it.